Hi everyone, this is Nia and today I'm going to be doodling some colorful moths, and I'm going to start by sketching it out to break down the shape, so hopefully it's a bit easier for you to follow along when I paint freehand later on. For the body, I generally like to divide it into 3 sections like this. So I have the head, torso, and the bottom. And as for the wings, you can either create it all in one go, or sometimes to add variation, I like to divide them into sections as well. Then of course, I finish them off with some antennas. Personally though, I find it much easier to draw the wings first, so I'm just going to demonstrate it here. And when I do this, sometimes I don't show the third section of the body of the moth. Instead, I just imagine that part of the body hidden behind the wings. You can also make the wingspan very large and open instead of them slightly closed, and this is also something that you can play around in your composition as well. I'm just going to show you a few ideas here, but feel free to explore as you go. For the next one, I'm just going to show you an example of the wings being a bit more closed up compared to the ones before. And another thing you might want to take notice is the frills on the edges of the wings. That's something you can play with as well. Here's another one with different sections on the wings. After drawing the main ones, you can add a couple more. So personally, that's how I like to simplify the shapes. So next, let's go over the colors before we start to paint. I'm going to use Jaune Brilliant Dark by Schmincke, Permanent Yellow Deep by Holbein, Vermilion by Holbein, Indigo by Schmincke, Burnt Umber by Holbein, and Bulletproof White by Dr. P.H. Martins. I'm also going to add some colored pencil doodles. I'm going to use my watercolor colored pencil by Faber Castel. This is a hobby grade, so they don't have specific names for the colors. Instead, they just have the numbers on the side. And just for fun, I'm going to add some gold shimmer using my Fine Tech Gold. For the first moth, I'm going to start by painting the body. Here I'm creating a black mixture from burnt umber and indigo. I wasn't sure how I was going to approach this, so this was sort of like a trial for me. I want to use quite a thick consistency, so this has only a little bit of water. And I started out with the head and the second part of the body. Since this is fairly thick and wet, I'm going to paint 2 in one go. This way, when I'm painting the wings of the first moth, the second one will have a little bit of time to settle. And as for the colors of the wings, I'm just going to play around with the colors that I've chosen here. I've chosen 3 primary colors. The primaries being blue, red, and yellow. The blue is indigo, the red is vermilion, and the yellow is from Permanent Yellow Deep. As for the burnt umber and Jaune Brilliant Dark, I like to play with those colors to mute the hues that I've already mixed, and the Jaune Brilliant is just to make it a little bit more pastel. Primary colors makes me able to create so many different hues, but because I'm using this limited palette, those different hues will still look consistent in terms of tonality. For the first one, I decided to cover part of the body, and at the bottom I added a little bit of that black mixture just for a bit of variation for the wings. You can see that I'm not painting too accurately since this is just a doodle. I know that the wings on the left and right are not very even, but I actually prefer it this way so it looks a bit more organic instead of it looking stiff and digital. For the first moth, I've used a round brush, but I decided to switch to a Filbert brush to see how I like it. I actually prefer painting with the Filbert brush because I can make the ends of the wings rounded instead of them being pointy and having to move the paint around with the tip of my brush. After painting 2 moths, I figured that it's a bit easier to paint the wings first because sometimes when I paint the wings, I need to clean out the edges and the wings turn out to be higher than I anticipated. So you can see on the second moth, the head is covered by the wing. It's okay though, because I can always add on the head later on, and this is painted in a loose manner, so the black of the body is just bleeding into the color of the wings anyway. But at this point, I really just want to focus on the color combinations for the wings and also playing with the positioning and the angle to create a nice composition. I try to not add too many doodles on the wings, even though sometimes I like to add lines just to introduce a different color, but I will add doodles and patterns on top of the wings once everything is completely dry, so I try to not do too much here. So I'm just going to keep painting more wings, playing with the colors and the shape until I fill in the whole page. I try to not name the color combinations since this is just a doodle and I don't want you to focus too much on doing the exact same thing. I try to include the color mixtures on the frame here, but this is also a great way to experiment with color mixing. So just have fun with your doodles if you want to paint along. You can also use different color combinations or choose different primary tones if you'd like. When I'm painting the wings, I try to think about triangular shapes which come together in the middle where I've left out a line for the white of the paper. But in terms of the angle of the triangle, it can be anything you'd like. And at the bottom, I add curves and frills. And again, this is something you can play around with, whether the curves are close together or further apart, or it can just be one curve altogether for a single wing. Because of these triangular shapes, sometimes I find it a little bit confusing depending on the angle where I want to paint them, and if this is the case and I find it a little bit difficult for my eyes to follow or my hands to follow, I'll just turn my page so it's a bit easier for me to visualize and paint. Even though there's still a bit of space, I feel like I have a pretty good amount here. So next I'm going to start adding the bodies with the black mixture using my round brush. Before doing this though, I want to make sure that the wings are completely dry so the black won't bleed into the colorful wings. Next, I'm going to fill in the rest of the space with more wings, still using the same method to mix the colors from earlier. And this time I want to play around with the size as well because some of the space that I have left are quite tight. So I'm going to pair this up with smaller moths as well. I actually find that the smaller moths enhances the composition. I feel like it makes the composition a bit more dynamic, especially if you play with the angles and positioning. And since I feel like the composition is colorful enough, I decided to just play with neutral tones such as light browns and grays. Once I'm done, I'm going to paint the head and the body. Again, though, preferably you want to do this once the wings are dry. And this is what happened. You can see that the black just bleeds out, so I quickly dab it off with my tissue. And then I just repainted it again. If you want to make the drying process quicker, just use a hair dryer and don't be lazy like me. Now that I have a full page of moths, I'm going to start adding on the doodles. I'm just going to paint them on using similar colors to the base of the moths. Sometimes you can also add complementary colors depending on the design that you look for. I personally just like doing ovals and lines or dots following the shape of the wings, but feel free to add scratch marks or other designs as well. After adding some designs, I'm going to add the antennas. I've switched to my size 0 brush here. You can also use a liner brush or even just a black pen. And for the color, I'm using the same black as the body. Depending on the space that I have, sometimes the antennas are short, sometimes they're long to fill in that space, and you can play around with the shapes as well. Some can just go straight up, whereas others I make it a little bit twirly. There's still a bit of space in the wings, so next I'm going to doodle with my bleed proof white. You can also use white pen for this, but I feel like adding white also lightens the composition a little bit more. I'm still going to add some pencil doodles as well, so I try to not overdo the white. On the space that I have left, I'm going to doodle with my colored pencil. You can also use other colors, but because the tone of this composition is quite muted, I'm just going to use this brown. But if yours is more colorful and bright, feel free to choose the colors that would complement your composition. If you want, you can also play with other mediums as well. I'm fairly happy with how this looks, but I tend to like adding some extra shimmer for these sort of doodles. So I'm just going to use my Fine Tech Gold to add little dots on the wings. And I'm also going to add some circles or dots around the composition just to fill in the space a little bit more. And here's the look with that little bit of extra shimmer. That's it for this doodle. I hope you enjoyed it. I had so much fun painting and creating this one. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please consider subscribing for more. Like usual, the list of tools as well as my social media links will be in the description box. Thank you so much for watching till the end, and I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye!